Some outfits seemed like a brilliant idea, until they weren't. I wore them with confidence, thinking I looked incredible, only to realize later that they aged me, overwhelmed my frame, or simply didn't match the life I was actually living. Today, I want to share a few of those fashion choices I'll never repeat. No shame here, just growth. Mistake 5. Overly trendy outfits. I used to chase every single trend. Micro mini skirts when they were everywhere, neon blazers because Instagram said so, chunky sneakers that weighed more than my handbag. At the time, I thought I was being fashion forward. In reality, I just ended up with closets full of pieces that looked dated within 6 months. The problem? Overly trendy outfits rarely translate into long-term elegance. They're designed to grab attention, not stand the test of time. Proportions look exaggerated, fabrics often feel cheap, and the overall effect screams, last season, the moment the trend cycle moves on. These days, I reach for silhouettes and styles that have been flattering for decades: tailored trousers, crisp white shirts, slip skirts, and neutral-toned blazers. They always feel current, no matter the year, because true style doesn't chase trends. It creates presence. If I want a touch of fun, I'll let it appear in small ways: a chic belt, an on-trend pair of sunglasses, or statement earrings. That way, I still get the excitement of something new without committing my entire outfit to a fad. Now, I always pause before buying and ask, would I still wear this 3 years from now? If the answer feels uncertain, I put it back. Trust me, your wardrobe ages far more gracefully when you invest in pieces that outlast the hype. Mistake 4. Fit gone wrong. We've all been there. Buying something because it looked incredible on the mannequin or on someone else online, then wondering why it doesn't work on us. For me, that mistake looked like oversized dresses that completely swallowed my frame, skinny jeans so tight they cut off circulation, and blouses with odd darting that never laid right. I can't tell you how many times I stood in front of the mirror thinking, why doesn't this look the same on me? The truth is, the issue wasn't my body, it was the fit. Clothes that don't respect your proportions will always betray you. Too loose and you vanish into the fabric. Too tight, and suddenly you're hyper-aware of every seam, every crease, every movement. And here's the worst part. When something doesn't fit properly, you end up fidgeting with it all day, tugging at the hem or adjusting the shoulders, which completely kills the effortless confidence a great outfit should give you. Once I discovered tailoring, everything shifted. I started buying with the mindset that clothes should work for me, not the other way around. High-waisted trousers now elongate my legs, wrap dresses naturally define my waist, and blazers with structured shoulders create balance without feeling boxy. Even a simple white tee feels like a luxury staple when it's cut to flatter instead of hanging shapelessly. It's amazing how small adjustments, a take-in waist, a hemmed trouser, sleeves shortened just so, can transform a piece from good enough to made for me. I'd rather spend less on the piece itself and set aside a small budget for alterations. A $70 blazer that fits as if it were custom made will always look more refined than a $700 designer, one that doesn't sit right. Fit will always outrank label. When the proportions are right, you stop worrying about your outfit and simply enjoy wearing it. And that's where true style lives. Mistake 3, unflattering colors. The number of times I wore shades that completely washed me out still makes me laugh. Pale yellows made me look like I hadn't slept in 3 days. Harsh blacks deepened every under-eye shadow. And neon pinks were so bright, they could have doubled as a traffic sign. At the time, I thought I was being bold, adventurous, maybe even fun. But in every photo, the outfit screamed louder than I did. The truth is, not every color is meant for every skin tone, and realizing that was one of the most liberating fashion lessons of my life. The issue with unflattering colors is that they don't just clash with your complexion, they actively take attention away from you. Instead of enhancing your features, they drain them, leaving you looking tired or older than you actually are. And here's the frustrating part. Even the most expensive designer piece loses its impact if the color is wrong. It's never about the price tag, it's about harmony. The right shade can make your skin look luminous, your eyes brighter, and your whole presence more magnetic, while the wrong one does the opposite. Once I discovered that, everything changed. These days, I lean toward a palette that feels like home. Soft creams, navy, camel, blush, and certain jewel tones bring my skin to life in a way neon never could. They feel timeless, mix easily, and create a wardrobe that looks intentional rather than accidental. Even when I wear black, which I still adore, I add warmth with gold jewelry, texture, or a flattering neckline so it doesn't overpower me. Suddenly, the color supports me instead of stealing the stage. And here's my favorite trick. Hold a garment up to your face in natural light. If your eyes brighten and your complexion glows, it's the right shade. If you look dull, tired, or flat, back it goes. No matter how trendy it might be. Color should never compete with you. It should elevate you. Once you experience the difference, you'll never see your wardrobe in the same way again. Mistake 2. Fast fashion overload. There was a period when I thought fast fashion was the shortcut to style. I'd sweep through stores with arms full of new arrivals, convinced that constant variety meant constant chic. At first it was thrilling. Fresh outfits every week. Endless combinations. The sense of always being on trend. But soon, reality hit. Fabrics pilled after a single wash, seams unraveled, shapes collapsed, and my closet became a museum of disposable clothing that never truly felt refined. The real issue wasn't just the ethics, it was the impression. Cheap fabrics and rushed construction have a way of betraying themselves. They don't drape properly, colors fade too quickly, and instead of sophistication, the overall effect feels flimsy. I didn't look stylish. I looked like I was trying too hard with pieces that weren't built to last. That's when I began focusing on quality over quantity. Natural fabrics, cotton, silk, wool, linen, instantly elevated my look, even in the simplest designs. I realized I didn't need 10 synthetic blouses when 2 beautifully made silk ones carried me further with elegance. Buying fewer items also made me more creative, mixing, matching, and re-wearing in ways that felt fresh without relying on constant shopping. The thrill of new was replaced with the quiet satisfaction of well chosen. Now I use one simple rule when shopping. I touch the fabric. If it feels thin, scratchy, or overly synthetic, it doesn't come home with me. I'd rather invest in timeless basics and add seasonal accents selectively than build a wardrobe that falls apart. Less in this case really does become more, but here's the thing. Elevating your wardrobe isn't just about fabric. Even the best quality pieces won't feel right if they don't match the life you actually live. That's where the next mistake comes in. Mistake 1. Impractical style choices. At one point, my closet was filled with clothes that looked glamorous but had nothing to do with the way I actually lived. Pencil skirts that belonged in boardrooms, stilettos that couldn't handle more than an hour on my feet, sequined dresses waiting for parties that never came, and handbags so tiny they could barely hold a lip balm, let alone a phone. It all looked fabulous in theory, yet almost never made it out the door. The problem wasn't the clothes, it was the mismatch. Fashion should enhance your daily rhythm, not clash with it. When outfits don't align with your lifestyle, they end up sitting untouched, quietly reminding you of wasted money and impractical choices. That sense of guilt every time you pass them by is far from stylish. Now, I choose differently. My wardrobe is curated around how I truly spend my days. That means elegant flats that carry me from errands to evenings out, wide-leg trousers that balance comfort with polish, and structured totes that hold everything I need while still looking sophisticated. These pieces are my reliable foundation. They make sense for real life, not just for fantasy scenarios. Do I still indulge in statement pieces? Absolutely. A velvet cocktail dress or a whimsical clutch has its place, but they're supporting characters, not the lead roles. The core of my wardrobe has to serve my lifestyle, because when it does, I feel stylish and put together every single day, not just once in a blue moon. Before buying, ask yourself, where would I wear this realistically? If 3 occasions don't come to mind, it might not deserve a spot in your closet. Real style flourishes when fashion meets function. Every outfit misstep turned into a stepping stone, teaching me the value of tailoring, timeless palettes, and clothes that actually honor my life. That's the beauty of style. It evolves as we do. But I'm curious, what about you? Which outfit mistake taught you the biggest lesson? Or left you cringing the hardest?